the way I would.
What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here. In this video, we're going to be talking about Drew Brees and the possibility that he is falling off the cliff as we're seeing. He had a great MVP caliber season this year and very much will be in the conversation for winning the MVP as just a result of having such a great year so far. As far as I do know, I believe the fact that it was going to be Patrick Mahomes this whole time, but as far as this, Drew Brees obviously had a great year playing this year. As you can see here, here's the stats for the first 11 games with 29 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 3,135 passing yards at an amazing rate of also passing at 76.4% is an obviously very great candidate. And at that point, he was neck and neck basically with a Patrick Mahomes, where it really could go to either one. He had amazing accomplishments also during this season, passing Peyton Manning's in career passing yards, and very much those accomplishments are being proven now. Lots of people thought the fact that he also could be in the MVP conversation for basically a lifetime achievement award, just due to the fact that he's never won an MVP in his career, and yet he's had very stellar career attempts and things such as that. He also had a very high QPR throughout the entire year. Now the problem is the last 6 games with only 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,407 yards at 69.2% passing. Now, many people may sit there, look at those numbers and sit there and say, well, he just wasn't getting the touchdowns, or he made a few bad passes to get interceptions in that rate. We do obviously know that 29 touchdowns, 2 interceptions is a very great pace and probably is very difficult to keep up with, but we know the fact that that's not always the case. As you can also see here, his first 11 games, he only had 2 games with QBRs under 100, and in his last 7, he only had 2 games over 100. Now these do also include the playoffs, but as far as that also goes, you're probably sitting there thinking with the percentages that he did have, that it's actually okay. But if you actually also look, he was averaging 8.8 yards per attempt in those first 11 games and only had 1 game with 8 yards per attempt after. So that means he wasn't even throwing it as far down the field. He was throwing very small plays throughout those games. Now this could lead off to many people thinking, is he falling off the cliff? And to me, I really see this as a possibility. We know the fact that he's actually getting up there in age, and other than Tom Brady, we have not really seen any quarterbacks really sustain that type of level. Now, Drew Brees isn't a person who relies on athleticism and does have a great offensive coordination as far as players around him. So we'll have to see how that he can actually work together with that. But there's a possibility that he comes back and does perform back at an MVP caliber level, or at least, if not that, still his normal standard of playing. But guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think he'll return to MVP standard, or do you think the fact that he will fall off a cliff and that this last 6 games is not just a fluke, it's going to continue on? But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to Power of Greek Army today. And as always, this is Spark.